Hey guys, I'm Reader Not Found, and I'm back with another review. As you know, I review books on this channel in a calm, relaxing format that you can listen to in the background while cleaning up or when you are trying to fall asleep. I'm thinking of expanding to reviewing movies very soon too, so let me know if you have any suggestions. I'm a new YouTuber, so any feedback is welcome as well. His and Hers is a psychological thriller structured around dual first-person narrators, alternating between a woman whose chapters are titled Her and a man whose chapters are titled Him, with an additional anonymous voice whose chapters show up every once in a while that gradually reveals itself as central to the truth. I have been on an Alice Feeney binge ever since I read Rock, Paper, Scissors, and I have decided to finish all her books in a row now. Today, we'll talk about His and Hers, the entire recap, and then how I felt about it. This will be a review full of spoilers, so beware. I would also like to preface that I enjoyed this book a lot. Of course, I loved Rock, Paper, Scissors more, but this was a great read as well. I'm officially an Alice Feeney fan going forward. So let us begin with a synopsis of His and Hers. There are two sides to every story, yours and mine, ours and theirs, his and hers, which means someone is always lying. When a woman is murdered in Blackdown, a quintessentially British village, newsreader Anna Andrews is reluctant to cover the case. Detective Jack Harper is suspicious of her involvement until he becomes a suspect in his own murder investigation. Someone isn't telling the truth, and some secrets are worth killing to keep. His and Hers is a twisty, smart, psychological thriller, a gripping tale of suspense, told by expertly drawn narrators that will keep readers guessing until the very end. The book opens with Anna, who is working as a BBC presenter, filling in for her colleague, Kat Jones, who's on maternity leave. Anna never wanted to return to Blackdown, the town where she faced childhood trauma, and later, the death of her infant daughter. But she has to report on a story about a body discovered in the nearby woods. She is intelligent, guarded, and emotionally distant, shaped by a painful past she avoids revisiting. The assignment immediately unsettles her. Blackdown represents everything she escaped: adolescence, social hierarchies, cruelty, and memories she has actively suppressed. Meanwhile, Jack, Anna's ex-husband and a police inspector, has reluctantly returned to live in Blackdown with his sister Zoe and his niece. His connection to the town is complicated by familiarity and professional responsibility. Unlike Anna, he never fully left. Blackdown is embedded in him, shaping his moral compass and investigative instincts. He discovers that the murder victim is Rachel, the woman he was with the night before. He conceals both the fact that he spent the previous night with her and the evidence planted to frame him. Anna gradually relates her memories from high school, telling the story in pieces spread throughout her point of view sections. Rachel, Helen, Zoe, and Anna were friends in high school. Rachel, a manipulative bully, groomed Anna for sex and tormented Catherine, another student. Wanting to be kind to Catherine, Anna included her in plans for her 16th birthday party. When Anna begins to recount the story of her 16th birthday, this book turns truly dark. Her childhood friends were terrible. Rachel pretty much pimped out Anna and Kat, for lack of a better term, to some older men who paid good money to celebrate Anna's birthday with her. Helen coerced Anna into taking pills to make her skinny. Rachel and Zoe stole their neighbors' cats and let them die of starvation to make coats out of their fur. For her birthday, Anna gave each of the girls a friendship bracelet, and they posed for a group photograph, both of which reappear in the present storyline. Under the influence of drugs and alcohol, They met up with some men who paid Rachel to have sex with the girls. Anna was molested, but wrestled away and fled home. Before she left, she saw the beginning of a gang rape on an unconscious Catherine. Coincidentally, Cat Jones is the same Catherine that was at Anna's birthday party. She is also married to Anna's cameraman in the present storyline. This was a huge red herring, though. Shortly before the beginning of the novel, Anna's mother found the suicide note Anna wrote at the time, detailing the events of her birthday. 16-year-old Anna decided not to kill herself, but fled Blackdown and went to boarding school. As Anna reports on the case and Jack investigates, additional women from the same school group are murdered. Each killing is distinct but clearly connected, both symbolically and methodologically. The pattern suggests premeditation rather than impulsive violence. Anna, through her reporting, becomes emotionally entangled. She is not a neutral observer. Each victim forces her to relive moments she would rather forget. Anna becomes aware that she is being watched, not just by the public, but by the killer. Rachel, Helen, and Zoe are killed, and the murderer ties an identical friendship bracelet around their tongues, crossing them off in the picture and leaving it to be discovered. Anna and Jack doubt themselves and each other as they investigate for the news and the police. Throughout, Anna works with Richard, her cameraman, with whom she once had an affair. They wind up without a hotel room the second night, and Richard suggests they go to the nearby house of his wife's late parents. There, Anna discovers that Richard's wife is Cat Jones, formerly the Catherine Kelly she knew as a teenager. She finds Cat hanged and Richard mortally injured, but Cat frees herself and chases Anna, who flees into the woods and stumbles upon her mother, who appears disoriented. As Anna discovered when she visited her mother the day before, Mrs. Andrews seems to have dementia, but is entirely convincing when she rambles about having killed Anna's father years ago. Meanwhile, Priya, Jack's deputy, and Jack race to find Anna, whom they suspect is in danger, but Priya grows suspicious of Jack and shoots him. Cat catches up to Anna and her mother and stabs Mrs. Andrews, screaming at Anna for ruining her life. The Andrews women find an abandoned car and flee, but they accidentally hit Cat with the car. Priya arrives, she shoots and kills Cat when the injured woman tries to stab Anna. Anna concludes that Cat, seeking revenge on the other 4 women, was responsible for the murders. But the next day in the hospital, she checks on the knife hidden in her purse. 6 months later, Anna and Jack have reunited and live with Olivia, Jack's orphaned niece. Anna also gets Cat's BBC presenter job back. She realizes at least part of the true story behind the deaths, but represses the memories. Jack and Anna get back together, get custody of Zoe's daughter, Jack's niece, and move back to London. Anna rents out her mom's house after paving over the vegetable garden where her father is buried, moves her mom into a residential care home, and gets her lunchtime news job back. Anna's mother lets Anna know that she was faking dementia the whole time. The final section is from the murderer's point of view, and she reveals herself. The anonymous voice is revealed to belong to Margaret Andrews, Anna's mother. Margaret is portrayed as a quiet, observant woman who watched her daughter suffer silently during childhood. She witnessed the bullying, recognized its severity, and internalized profound rage. Her actions are not impulsive. They are calculated, rooted in maternal love, and a distorted sense of justice. Margaret believes that those who destroy a child's sense of self deserve consequences. She sees herself not as a murderer, but as a corrective force. Importantly, Margaret never seeks recognition or absolution. Her focus is singular: Anna's safety and emotional survival. It is Mrs. Andrews who was faking dementia. After she found Anna's suicide note from long ago, she decided to kill the others for taking Anna away from her. Angry at Jack for the divorce and for sleeping with Rachel, Mrs. Andrews initially intended to frame him, but she changed her mind when she saw that the two of them still cared about each other. She decided to frame Kat instead. After killing the other 3 women, she kidnapped Kat's daughters, but promised to release them if Kat died by suicide. She killed Richard when he appeared at the house. Kat, however, was an expert in tying knots and faked her death before coming after them in the woods. Mrs. Andrews, noting that Priya seems suspicious of her, has already made a friendship bracelet, suggesting an intent to kill her. The killer was Anna's mom, which there was no way to see coming. All the loose ends were tied up by the end, though. She was faking dementia, so no one suspected her. She had watched Anna's friends be terrible to her all through high school, and found the suicide note Anna had written and then burned. She murdered the women, partly as revenge, and partly as a way to get Anna to come back into her life. I wondered somewhat why she felt the cat needed to be murdered. At its core, the book examines how childhood cruelty echoes into adulthood, how narratives are shaped by perspective, and how justice can be warped by love. Overall, I love the narration style and pacing of this book. The constant twists and turns were a treat to read, while the final chapter was a bit disorienting because it seemed far-fetched. I was still satisfied with the journey. Feeney's writing is very apt for a thriller book, keeping you hooked amongst the constant marital discord. His settings are quite atmospheric, suiting really well with the plot. Having read 2 of her books, I noticed that she loves to play with multi-POV chapters and red herrings, but she does them tastefully. I cannot wait for the Netflix adaptation coming out this January. If you have some recommendations, let me know in the comments. And if you want something reviewed, let me know in the comments as well. Thank you for listening. Signing off. See you next time.